Last year, it seems like almost everyone we know that keeps bees lost most of their bees. So far, all these hives are looking really good.
I know. The bees have survived our crazy winter.
In western North Carolina, homesteaders Tony and Amelia keep honeybees on their land as a means of pollinating their hillside forest garden.
So we've been keeping bees here for about 2.5 years now.
I learned about bees from reading books, but also just from some old friends in the area that have been keeping bees for years.
You can't have fruit without bees, and you can't have honey without fruiting plants that flower and make nectar, so they're like one organism.
The bees not only pollinate all the blossoms in our garden, but they also produce valuable, good quality raw honey and beeswax.
Commercial honeybees, which were first imported to America by colonists in the 1600s, have in recent years begun to disappear. A phenomenon known as colony collapse disorder. With up to 1/3 of the world's food supply aided by bee pollination, having healthy bees is essential.
My goal here is to have a lot of really strong, healthy beehives so that there are at least some bees in the area that are going to stay strong throughout the years and survive the threats to the bees that have been going on in this country for the past several years.
What do you hear right now?
I hear
bees.
the bees are acting swarmy.
They're acting swarmy.
When bees are acting swarmy, they begin to cluster outside of the hive, and it means they are preparing to swarm. During an actual swarm, the queen bee leaves the hive to start a new colony and is followed by a portion of the bees to their new home.
They might be getting ready to swarm here in a few days. Bees swarm in order to populate. What happens is about half of the bees will leave with the older queen, and they will all fly out of the hive together to go find a new home.
The bees that stay behind raise a new queen and continue with life as usual.
It's really, really important for us to catch the swarms, because if we lose them, that's an entire box of honey and wax gone forever. So every spring we have to have a bunch of new beehives built in order to catch all the swarms that we're going to get from our older hive. I need to make sure I have enough beehives ready, because these bees are going to swarm really soon.
How many do you have done so far?
Actually, I only have one 100% complete. We're going to need that honey, we're going to need that wax for bartering throughout the year. And if we don't get it, then we've lost any resources from what that swarm would give us.
Yeah, this would be a not so smart time for them to swarm.